And we're back and we're alive. Mike, how are you doing?
Dude, it has been a while. It has
Yeah.
been about a month since we decided it was good enough vibes in the world to drop an episode of Good Vibes Live.
Sure.
It's still not good enough. Like, the vibes are still not good, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of good vibes going on at the same time.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mike.
All right, Liam. I'm gonna catch you up on the last month, okay?
Okay.
There were some bad things that happened, Liam. There was some police brutality. I'm smiling. It's not a joking matter. There was some police brutality. I think we should restart again.
You're just
I think
uncomfortable. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should restart because I have now vocalized it. And now or we could just edit this part out. Could you just edit all this out?
No.
Don't fucking do me like that, son. Dude, I just don't know how to talk about it. I don't know how to address it. I don't even know how to address it.
Well, Mike.
Yes.
I think what you want to talk about is a series of horrendous things that have happened in the news. Terrible stuff happens in the news all the time. You know, it's unfortunately
terrible things happening in the real world, though.
Yeah, but we're talking about terrible things happening to people because terrible things happening to people by people that were supposed to protect people, right? Isn't that what we're talking about?
That is what we're talking about.
Understandably so. You know, this is awkward as hell. This is a hard one.
How do you make good vibes out of such a negative situation? The only thing I will say, bro.
There's a reason we haven't done an episode in over a month.
Yeah, for real. I will say, like, what you can say good that is coming of this is there's some radical change, like, coming. Like, it took a lot of horrendous acts, but, like, so much good is good. Like, we're in a black renaissance. Like, we're gonna look back on this point in history. It might suck right now, but I think we're gonna look back on this point in history like pretty positively. Like George Floyd changed the world. Like, his death sparked a ripple effect that, like, for sure is probably the biggest, you know, thing that's ever happened in our lives. Maybe 9/11, but, like, historically speaking, like, this is going to go down as one of those moments for sure. You know what I mean?
All amidst a pandemic.
Yeah, for real. Exactly. Like, craziness.
Then, Mike, you kind of have a, you know, there's people that, you know, talk about things that are going on in this country, right? They have opinions, they voice them online. But you actually went out, you were in the streets, right? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, like, talk about that really, though. I mean, like, I guess, like, I will say that, like, I only saw love, bro. Like, for real, like, sincerely. The news will show you so much of the negative that happened in the streets. They tried to portray it as riots. I mean, there for sure were riots in some places, but, like, the protests I went to were, like, overwhelmingly loving. Like, the camaraderie, the, like, just the group effort that went into all of it. Like, a girl I went to high school with actually organized a couple of them, and it was, like, incredible to see how active she was, like, how proactive she was, like, something I wish I could have done. Like, I wish I knew how to go about doing those things. And, like, she just took it. Like, she took the bull by the horns and, like, organized these protests for hundreds and hundreds of people to come out and, like, you know, these older black voices speaking on, like, how much this reminds them of what happened back in the original civil rights movement. Like, to see the masses, the numbers, like, there's still people protesting, bro. Like, it's still happening. They want you to think it's no longer happening. It is still happening in so many cities. Like, it's overwhelming. There's a lot of good coming out of a horrible situation.
Yeah, you know, I am a student of history. I love it. I think a lot of the world's problems can be solved when people can appreciate where people are coming from. And I think if we are all, you know, educated in the realities that people go through, live through, exist in, and experience life in, it equips anyone with that information more readily than a lot of people are out there today, right? So what I mean to say by that is, you know, I've been watching, and it's been inspirational to see that, you know, in this country, even in the midst of a pandemic, you know, spiraling economy, some added out tomato man leading the country, you know, on the brink of war with Iran and China, and China's on the brink of war with India. When all this shit is going on, you know, there's going to be people that can recognize injustice and will speak on its behalf and advocate for change. You know, even amidst chaos, voices can rise and not get drowned out. And I think, yeah, it's all these changes, anything that's happened as a result of this positively, it's been a long time coming, long overdue. It is unfortunate that it took the murder of people on camera for the world to recognize the stark, grave reality that some people live in. And, you know, especially when someone's, you know, assessing what's going on from a different lot in life. You know, maybe they've never had a negative interaction with a police officer, but you can watch a video now and you can see more viscerally than maybe ever before, you know, things, you know, and it wasn't like just video is what it took. It wasn't like it was just this one is what it took. It wasn't like this one instance, you know, was what caused change. It is, you can just name after name after name of person that, you know, has been taken unjustly in the hands of the law. I think it's a beautiful thing that in, like, amidst all this stuff, we're seeing like decades of needed progress, you know?
Yeah.
And it's one of the few things giving me hope at the moment in humanity, as far as, because, you know, everything else I guess I mentioned. It's a really bad time overall.
No, dude, I think it's the opposite. That's the thing.
There's good and bad, but
I think the bad is, yeah, bro. Of course, there's a pandemic, and there's okay, all right, pandemic stings for sure, but like there's a lot of bad at the forefront right now.
Oh yeah,
all the bad's in your face right now, but the good is like about to, you know, the dark has to come for the light, baby. I don't know how soon it's gonna be. Like it's probably gonna be a minute, realistically. Before we got on, we wanted to talk about the Confederate flag. Like that's an issue. I think we should get right into that. I mean, we're talking the talk.
Got a lot to talk about that.
yeah, got a lot to talk about that. Yeah. Because it really comes down to like, that is absurd in 2020. Bro, I went to high school in New York, the Yankees, the New York Yankees. There was kids coming to my high school in New York, a school with plenty of diverse people, with Confederate flags, bro. Their trucks, they have Confederate flags. Like that's absurd. That's just not, what defense do you have for that other than racism? Like other than ignorance, to be honest.
I was gonna say it's ignorance.
Yeah, it's like you're I don't want to, you know, call you stupid because that's rude. Like it's not like, I think a lot of these people, bro, are just victims of a system as well. Like I know that sounds weird, like you got to look at them like victims. Like they don't know any better. Like they're that ignorant. Like it's crazy how untaught these people are, rooted in hate. You know what I mean? Like they've only been taught hate. They've only been taught horrible things from their household. So that's what they believe to be true. And then they go out in the world and they're told that's wrong. And that just makes them hold on to that hate even harder. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, these people think I'm wrong. Like, who are they? So you hold up that hate, like, especially because a lot of people who think they're wrong go about it in a hateful way, to call them stupid, to call them ignorant, to call them racist. And They are probably all of those things. But when you hear those things, you're not going to be accepting to the message that you're going to get. You're going to just immediately become abrasive and like defensive. So like
opposition.
Exactly. It ties back into like they're victims too. Like they've been lied to. They've been manipulated to believe this lie that it's so, like heritage, pride, these wrong things, these things that are blatantly wrong, but they believe them so hardcore. Like we gotta, I guess we gotta educate it out of them, but I really don't know how, dude. Like
So the irony is not lost on me, you know, with this haircut I'm rocking, long overdue, kind of going in the back of my head there. It's almost like a mullet. Looks like my name might be
you look
Silas.
more like an afro than a mullet.
Oh, really? I'm
It's
getting
like, it's like, I mean, it's kind of mullety, but it's long. It's poofy though. It's very poofy.
Well, it's just because I take good care of it. But
let's
just say I'm a few roots away from, you know, looking like I belong in the back of some truck, you know, on the way to a NASCAR event with like flying a Confederate. My name looks like it could have been Silas.
Yeah, any white person can look that way, dude.
So the irony is not lost on me. I need a haircut, much like, anyway. To the point of the Confederate flag, right? It's funny. If any organization were responsible for the deaths of 600,000 American lives today, wearing that flag would be grounds to get your ass kicked, right?
I would think so.
And it's weird that, like, you know, distanced by less than 200 years in slavery, you know, in conjunction to the deaths, and that number comes from, you know, both sides, obviously. And a lot of people say that, you know, it's funny. I don't know if you've been on Facebook lately or if you've been on Facebook, but it's a really great way to get some anecdotal information about the people you grew up with and know, and see how they interact and treat one another and talk about things and how they get ideas across. You know, and a lot of people still have this, you know, Southern pride in a war they fought over for slavery and fucking lost. You know what I mean? Like, you can call it pride, man. You can have an ancestor that fought for slavery. You can have an ancestor that fought and died for slavery. And their sacrifices might have been real. And to some people, that person could have been a hero. But the reality is, you're fighting for an evil. And that flag represents a group of people that, if they were around today, would be deemed the most successful terrorist organization ever. And I think if you wear that flag, it tells me a few things. Either you're an asshole and you support, believe, and endorse the Confederacy. Maybe you just like symmetry. I don't know. But what it tells me, if it's not that you're an idiot. I truly think if you're wearing the flag, you know, you're dumb as fuck. I've been holding this in for a long time, Mike. I see it. I live in Central Massachusetts,
dude.
Okay? And not just in Central Massachusetts. You hear that and it's like, oh, it's like fucking Libcuck City. Everyone thinks that about Mass, right?
No way.
In a region where 4/5 of these districts are red, okay? And I can walk, no, I know specifically from right here, I go on a walk every few days. In one of the houses I pass has a Confederate flag, a big old sign says Trump Train 2020, which, but totally beside the point. Whoever you are, if you put a fucking sign with someone's name in front of your property, I think you're a loser.
That's fucking weird, bro. Like, I don't care which side you're repping. If you're repping the side on your front lawn, you're fucking, like, bro, post it on Facebook. Like, even then, like, still, like, shut up. Like, you're a weirdo to, like, publicize your opinions that hardcore.
So big old Confederate flag hanging above a Trump train 2020. It says like all aboard the Trump train. And it looks like fucking Space Mountain. I don't know. But like,
douchebag.
I see that. And in my high school, similar to yours, there were people that would bring the Confederate flag in and they'd have it on their trucks. And, you know, they would wear it proudly. And then you'd talk to them and they wouldn't really have a lot to say in defense. They would just kind of be like, it's my pride, it's my heritage. Who are you? You heard that one, right?
Oh, of course, bro. It's my heritage. It's heritage.
No,
Whose heritage? Oh, yeah, I do hear the thunder right now. I thought you meant like, have you heard that from these people before too? Because that's the weirdest defense in the world, especially when you're from the North. Like, whose heritage, sir? And I hate to tell you, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but it's a fucking shitty heritage. Like you're a loser for one. Like you're repping
you lost.
Exactly, dude. Like what in the world? Like you're repping the losing side and you're like, well, I'm allowed to. Like, yeah, you're allowed to, but everyone's going to think you're an asshole. No, and rightfully so. Like they're gonna know you're an asshole because you have to be an asshole. You have to be. When I was driving here, bro. All right, so I'm in Colorado right now for the folks. I just moved to Denver from New York, so I'm no longer in New York. I'm in Denver. We're in my new flooded, dude. I had to GTFO of New York. It was just too much. It was too much for me. I'm smoking some legal weed over here. You know what I mean? It's fucking. We got that critical mass in the joint.
Vaping some legal PCP.
Yeah, we're in legal states now. Oh yeah, dude. I forgot what I was talking about because I'm fucking dude. This legal. I want to just off topic for a second.
Sure.
This Colorado weed is dangerous, brother. I be getting high, bro. I forgot I moved to Colorado the other day. Like I was sitting in my living room, and because I have nothing, dude. I just moved here. Like I'm still unpacking, so I'm just sitting in my living room, super smacked, and I'm like, oh man, like I gotta get to my house. And so I'm like looking around. I'm like, wait a minute, this is my house now. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? Like I'm thinking I'm like at home, like trying to get home.
Sure.
But yeah, I know I am home. I am home. Anyways, driving here. Because I took my time driving here, you know. I saw the states, and dude, first off, Iowa is the worst state that's ever existed in history of anything in the world. You can try and come at me with any other state. There's nothing worse than Iowa. I don't care. There was Trump flags for hundreds of miles, bro. All it was just fields, like just corn and just nothing. And I hated it. And I was literally having an anxiety attack driving through Iowa. I just wanted to get to Nebraska so bad. I liked Nebraska.
Good. Okay.
You know what? I only liked Nebraska. Nebraska sucks for sure.
Nebraska sucks. I honestly don't have a lot of love for the Midwest.
The Midwest, other than Chicago's dope.
Sure. I guess.
No, dude. Oh, is Ohio the Midwest?
I don't think so. I don't count it.
Yeah. I guess is like Indiana the Midwest?
I think you know.
I mean, you're saying I know, but I don't think I clearly don't know because
I believe. I don't know. I'm talking about the states I drove through to get to Yosemite, and I'm talking about Iowa, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri.
Yeah, those are like the Midwest though. That's like Bible country.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bible country, when I was in Nebraska, I just wanted to like experience a farm town diner. Dude, so I drove off the highway and just into the middle of nowhere at night just to check out this. I felt like I was in space, bro. It was crazy. You could see stars from everywhere. The moon, like I looked like I could touch it. But so I decided to go to this like weird little diner in the morning, and there's mad truckers and farmers in there, and they're talking to me like I stuck out like a sore thumb, bro. Like I went in there and immediately everyone's like, this kid's not from here. And they were like, oh, where? Because they all knew each other. They're like, oh, where are you from, youngster? And I'm like,
there's a Yankees hat on. Sorry.
Yeah. So I actually had an Atlanta Braves hat on. But so I'm sitting there like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from New York. And they're like, oh, like New New York boy, blah, blah, blah. So, bro, they're telling me about cows. They used to fist fight, physically assault one another over what type of cow is better. Like the Black Angus beef cows or like the typical black and white cows. Like they literally only have a certain type of cow now because there was like farmer fights. Farmers would fight each other for these cows. It's incredible. It's it's a different universe. Like it's not the same America that we grew up in. You know what I mean?
Doesn't that bring us back to kind of what we were talking about?
Definitely, bro. But that's also like on the subject of what we were talking about, bro. The needs of the farmers in Nebraska and the needs of, you and I in the Northeast are so different, bro. Like to be ran under the same federal government. Like I'm not who am I to talk? I don't know shit about Jack, but it seems pretty stupid to run them under the same government.
I think there's never been a more obvious and apparent argument for that point than coronavirus. You want, like, we don't have a unified plan in this country because we let states decide it. And when that happens, like, the virus doesn't give a fuck about state borders. If you want to fucking actually combat this virus, you need to act like you're one entity. That's how New Zealand, for instance,
but New Zealand
has 0 cases.
Bro, look at the size of New Zealand and the size of a state in America. Yeah, New York is bigger than New Zealand.
The idea is like we don't stand a chance unless
a place like America doesn't stand a chance regardless. Like a city, New York City does not stand a chance against coronavirus no matter what we do, bro. Like it's just not going to work. Like to compare New Zealand to New York, like that's like we can compare New Zealand to a town in Nebraska, a town that was completely unaffected by the virus because there's nobody there and there's like nothing going on. So they're not going to get hit hard.
So
New Zealand's easy. Like it's not like you go like New York has people flying into it like New Zealand's more isolated.
Mm-hmm. So New Zealand has a city of 1.5 million people, known as Auckland on the North Island, right? So I believe it's their capital. 1.5 million people is a shit ton of people.
Bro, that's still not even that many people.
It's not 300 million people, 330 million people, however many people we have in this country. But my point is, they were able to do it. It is possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. But who's like, first off, I don't believe they have absolutely 0 cases of coronavirus.
Yeah, no, I mean,
they definitely have people with coronavirus. It's just probably not as severe as other countries.
Yeah, and after Auckland, it's fucking like another 3.5 million people spread out between fucking so much.
Yeah,
I think there's like one other major city of less than 1 million people, but my point is like, if you could break this country down into, because there's no unifying, decision making going on here, right? There's no reason to have it. It's like when Switzerland, right, didn't do anything, but all the countries around them did, right?
Yeah.
Switzerland went kind of nuts for a few weeks, but because there were no new cases coming in, and everyone else around them was being really strict about it, it kind of went, I'm actually not sure what happened to Switzerland. Did they go to war? Is there anyone left? Has anyone checked in?
I don't know how Switzerland is either, but dude, either way, like the argument you're making for like we should have a unified governing body would be like the European Union. Like we can still have something that unites the United States, but we shouldn't have the federal body of government that we like. The states should be like more like countries in Europe, you know what I mean? Like London, or no, because London's a bad example because it's an island. But like in Europe, they're pretty much just big states. Not even big, bro. States are as big as some countries.
Shout out to Dan in the UK. He listens to us.
Dan in the UK.
He's the man. He's the man. So like way fucking cooler than him. But yeah, I don't know. I was just saying like, it's crazy. You were saying that it's crazy that, there is like a government entity and like what the fuck were you saying?
I fucking don't know, dude.
Why did we think
I don't know.
smoking on camera was like a good idea?
What happened?
Why did we think smoking on camera was a good idea?
Because Liam, the vibes have been low and we needed to get high to raise them. Speaking of, dude, I have a wonderful song for this week.
Sure, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing.
Just teasing?
Teasing.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
It
That's
fits the
definitely
theme. There's no theme of the week, but it fits what it would be if I were running the episode.
That's definitely a good out of the immediate thing we were just talking about, but I'm gonna bring it back. So we were like, hey, we're gonna have a serious conversation. Let's get high for it. Because we're not like gonna talk about it probably constructively well, or we suck together. And the whole point of this is to be positive and bring good energy about. But the Confederate flag, if you wear it, if you fucking raise it, you fucking are not American, dude. You're not an American.
I agree, dude. I
Those
agree.
people killed Americans.
Agree. But that's not even what we're so far past the Confederate flag subject.
Got a lot to talk about, though.
If you wanna keep ripping apart the Confederate flag, people,
probably gonna bring it up.
Bro, we should bring a You know what? I'll fight somebody for charity who wears a Confederate flag, and like if I beat them, when I beat them, because I'm very confident in my fighting abilities, when I beat their ass, they have to donate their life savings not to Black Lives Matter, but to bail funds. Yeah, I want it to be to bail funds.
Thank you for saying this, because it reminded me. I think Confederate flags have a place. I think they should exist. We shouldn't burn them all. I don't think we should be destroying statues of Confederate soldiers.
Do you mean that?
I think context is everything. I think that there's value in Confederate flags and statues of the like in a museum where things are contextualized so we don't forget our history. And I think admission to that museum, all of it gets donated to, whether it's Black Lives Matter, whatever the fuck you wanted to donate to. So groups affected can profit off of things they did.
That's I like that.
Destroying it is when you destroy history, when you erase history, you lose people's ability to, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes all the time.
I like that. But it's like,
if you erase it, it's like pretending it didn't happen, which is an injustice to everyone affected.
Yeah.
It needs to be contextualized, and it should be, for profit. And I think like they should do like, maybe like, like Disney World will take your photo as you're going down the fucking Splash Mountain. I think if someone gets too close or looks too happy in there, they should take your photo and just put it online or something. I don't know.
Like, call out the racists.
Yeah.
But like, you can go to Auschwitz, you know what I mean? Like you can visit Auschwitz. So I see what you're saying. Like we should have these shouldn't be on streets. Like you shouldn't walk down the street and see a slave owner statue. Abso-fucking-lutely not, bro. But like, I get what you're saying. Where like, there's a bad place for them. Like it's an uncool, like it's a museum of history, but it's a terrible, ugly history of what this fucking weird country has done. Because it's so easy to fucking hate on how America started. Like every single nation started poorly. You know what I mean? Like all of us are colonizers somewhere. All of Europeans, at least, all of white Europeans come from a colonizing culture. But like, it's fine. Most,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Irish, though. I mean, like they.
Yeah, I mean, Irish were never.
Fled to America.
We were oppressed. But like that was oppression in England.
I got your point.
You could blend in America though when you came here. But like American culture is like colonization. You know what I mean? Like it. But like today, there is nowhere else on the like America has its problems for sure, but there's nowhere in the fucking world like America. Like,
yeah, that's the reason why it's amazing. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, actually. Like, our story. We were called when I was younger. I remember hearing a lot in school. We referred to as the melting pot, right? You know, we were the first place where like a collision of cultures happened and people had to live amongst each other. You know, but like, you know, not everyone willingly came here, you know, and that's you know, if you want, like, you know, that's a part of history you need to remember and appreciate. Is my everything needs to be remembered and appreciated for what it did down the road.
And like we need to learn a more accurate history, bro. Like learn, first off, bro, this is something that's fucking despicable. We learn about Black history as if it started with slavery. You know what I mean? Like you can't, like, well, I can.
What do you mean?
Dude, like, we don't learn, like, I don't know how, I guess I don't really know how to vocalize. I feel like that's what I mean. Like, we learn about Black history in our school system as if it started with slavery. Like, we don't learn about, like, the African tribes and whatnot, and like what was going on there before everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, at least, you know, African American history, you know, does start with slavery. And, you know, why don't we go back and learn about, you know, the interactions between cultures and countries like that? I mean, you know, how much do you know about like European relationships other than probably World War II?
We learned European history in school. Like, I learned just as much about Rome, Greece, and like England as I did about America.
Yeah, you are right. You are right. So, okay, there's a couple reasons here. A lot of history was lost when people were taken, you know,
That's true,
and
yeah.
like a lot of like, I don't know. I don't mean this as a joke, but I don't know, you know, it's not funny. I think you'll get what I'm saying here. It's a little bit harder for some people to use ancestry.com.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was gonna say, dude. You can trace my ancestry back.
Yeah.
Like, I actually, I don't know. I'm a bad example because my grandparents came from wild Ireland. Like they were orphans in some crazy farm shit. Sure. But like most people can trace their ancestry back relatively far and easily. Where like we destroyed Black history, like ancestry. Like they don't know where they came from. You know what I mean? Like we just took them. I say we because we're white. It obviously was not you and I. But like,
yeah, there was a lot of pronoun problems there.
Yeah.
I know you didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it, yeah. But like,
yeah. It's just like, and that's like one of the harder, you know, you know, you're trying to talk about this. I think it's clear, you know, I think it's clear what side we're on here. And like, yeah, you know, history is only accurate when, you know, it's like reported accurately, and that's just not the case for too many people.
And history will never be reported accurately though, bro, because who controls the future, controls the past. Like whoever's controlling the present controls the narrative, bro. Like, yeah. We're the winner. We won these wars. We're going to tell the story. Like, and not even that. If you go to another country, you're going to learn a different story than you learned in America. Like, you're not going to learn World War II in Japan the same way we learned it here.
Yeah.
We dropped fucking atomic bombs on that country. And then we like, yeah, I don't know. I could never make the call. Like whether or not it's the right one.
Yeah. I mean, I again, just the story, like I hear that argument, it's brought up all the time in like history courses and shit. So, I think there's maybe other ways we could have done it, you know, but the reality was if we didn't do that, we would have conducted a much more violent island hopping campaign, which would have actually resulted in way more deaths on both sides.
I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like American involvement was always there. Like World War II, even before we were in it, America was involved. You know, we were breaking like war law. We were committing war crimes, like funding certain things. Like George Bush's fucking grandfather helped fund Hitler, like Prescott Bush, like that family, dude, like that family, the Bush family, like we need to bring that family to justice. Like there's so much horrible history with that family. And 3 of them have been no, 2 of them have been presidents. Prescott was like a senator, I think. And fucking dude, like U.S. Standard Oil funded the Nazi Party, man. Like the same
The
dude.
Nazi Party is, Nazis are the reason why we got on the moon.
All right. Yes.
Nazi scientists.
I get that, dude.
That were responsible for atrocities in World War II. We had them help us build our rocket, engines and technology.
Oh, so you're backing my point here. Mm-hmm. I thought you were defending the Nazi Party for a second. No. Okay, I got very concerned. When you just said the Nazis signed, I was like, is this cat like saying, well, they weren't all bad? I get what you're saying now, though. I get what you're saying. You're saying like I'm saying we're very involved. Like we weren't innocent at all, dude. We had internment camps. We had internment camps here. Like
we have camps now.
We have camps now. We have camps now, dude.
During a pandemic, fucking pandemic. We have people like just want a fucking life that's like worth living, and we put them in fucking cages during a goddamn pandemic.
We separate children from their parents, dude. We take baby children, these imagine being 11 and a government official from fucking Arkansas comes in, because this is what this cat's career is, bro, to be an agent that comes into your home and takes you from your family, bro, and then puts you in a cage. Like, not even sends you back to Mexico, puts you in a fucking cage. Yeah. Not just Mexico, whatever country these people are coming from. Like, Mexico is a very obviously prominent one.
Well, yeah, we're referring to like ICE in particular.
Like, there's definitely a lot of Southern American people too. Yeah, like.
Yeah, I don't think you misspoke in a bad way.
Yeah, I'm just fucking dude. We're good vibes live.
Getting through it. We're getting.
I know, dude. I guess really like the best, like the way to always spin it. The only thing that keeps me fucking going is like people are becoming aware. That's the thing that keeps me going. Even with Donald Trump, I'm like, yo, this man's such a clown, bro. Like, you ever seen Idiocracy?
Of course.
It came to fruition. Like, we did that shit. We elected a celebrity president. This cat talked to this middle American folk as if he was one of them, bro. Like, they related to him. This man's been a millionaire before he was a billionaire. Like, he never knew what it was like to struggle. Like, he's always been crazy rich. And you think you can relate to this guy? Like, he's just playing you. Like, he's playing all these people like fiddles, bro. And he just knows what to say to get them fucking riled up. America, make America great again. Donald Trump's gonna do it for us. But the truth of the fucking matter is, bro, he hates those people. He hates poor people. They all fucking hate poor people. They just don't like poor people. They don't want them to exist. And they're just fucking, the poor people are supporting him.
Yeah. Growing up where I grew up.
I do hear that.
Yeah.
I just went on a...
You entertain.
I went on a tangent right there. I kind of lost my train of thought and emotion in pouring my disdain for Donald. I guess what I was saying, what was good about him, which nothing is good about him. But like, at least like people are paying more attention now than ever before. Like George Bush was no better. And what happened when Obama was president was no better. Like, whether or not Obama was a good person, I do not know. But I do know bad things were happening when he was president too. It's just now we're all paying attention to all the bad things that our country does. And like, it's scary because we're finally noticing it, but like that awakening is going to lead to a better life because so many people want a better life and so many people see this better life now. They're like, we don't need to do this. There's no reason at all everybody can't be fed. Like, we have the resources to house everybody. We have the resources to feed everybody. We have everything we need here and now. And like, there's no more hiding that. Like, we're all so aware of everything going on and how the game is played. And it's I guess that's the only way we're going to win this game. Like, they've been playing us for so long. They've been playing us for really since like the Roman Catholic Church, since like the monetization of religion. If Liam comes back to this is going to be a crazy interlude for him to come into. It's like, there he is. Bro, you just missed, I kind of went on a tangent about how even though Donald Trump is evil, he woke people up, because we've been evil. We've been doing evil things for a while, but now people are paying attention more than ever. So with this attention grab, it's going to lead to change. Like, so many people know we can change, know how to make this change. Like, so many wonderful minds exist, dude. Like, so many people are going, human beings are incredible at the end of the day. Like, as much evil happens on this earth, like, we do so many incredible things every single day. And we're going to continue to do incredible things until we're in a better life, like in a better light of society. We're constantly evolving. And now we're so much more conscious than ever. We're so much more connected. And it shows. People are more empathetic, for sure. Like, I 1,000,000,000% believe people are more empathetic now than ever before. Like, we're more able, because we can see things more now. We can see how you're feeling every day, day to day. You can tell me how you're feeling via this device that you carry with you everywhere you go. And now you can just send something out really quick about how you're feeling. And now I can understand, like, you're not, as easy it is to manipulate your own life on social media, like on Instagram, to show like the glamour.
Sure.
You do see a lot of the realities of tragedy in people's lives, whether or not they even want it there. People are always filming, you know what I mean? Like, so we're so aware. Just good things coming. Good things coming.
I hope so. I think there's a lot to be said about the desensitization a lot of people have, and the jadedness of some people today. And I know that, in 2016, people thought the same thing,
Yeah, dude, but listen.
Yeah.
This generation of children, like this Gen Z, I don't know if I'm a millennial or if I'm a Gen Z. I'm like that. Am I Gen Z? 90? I'm 96. I'm like end of millennial, beginning of Gen Z. But these young Gen Zs, bro, like these kids like graduating high school are like wildly fucking so far ahead of where any other generation has been. Like, these kids are so smart, bro. Yeah, exactly. They've had cell phones, and like they're so smart. Like, they're going to fix the problems. Like, they're going to be the ones to do it. I'm here to ride their coattails.
I hope so, man. I know that the rest of this year is going to be tough. This is a defining year for a number of reasons, and it's going to decide. The actions made by people are going to decide. It's an election year. This always happens. The actions of people decide future actions. But it's definitely one of the most important ones, and it would be really cool to see young people participate in a vote for their favorite rapist. So.
No, bro. See, that's the thing. That's some shit.
I'm just saying.
I know. No, but the thing, dude, you're just saying, but like, there's more than two candidates. Like, we need to stop pretending we can only vote for Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Howie Hawkins, the Green Party candidate, is out there talking everything we're saying, bro. Like, he's all about defunding the police, like demilitarizing the police, like getting people out of jail. Like, he is for the people, by the people, like, and not even, even if he's not, break the stigma. Like, stop giving them the power. We need to vote. Like, we need to shock the vote. You know what I mean? Like, shock the boat a little bit. Like, we're not voting for two parties anymore. Fuck that noise.
There's been, third party candidates, at the very least have the capacity to disrupt things. Names escaping me, but the last third party candidate, I believe, took votes away from the guy going against Bush Sr. Fuck, I can't remember his name, but I'm pretty sure it checks out. Anyway.
Al-Gore?
No, it was Bush Jr. Jr. in 2000. He made the internet,
Al-Gore?
Yep. And invented global warming.
Yeah, I was going to say he also created global warming.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah.
Good stuff. That's going to be the title of the episode. Al Gore created global warming.
Can I say something about that really quick? About global warming? All right. This is my truthful, honest, like, you guys are going to be like, Mike Carm really did call it. We're all going to be dead. But like within the next 100, I'd say within 100 years, 100 to 130 years, 2150 at the latest, the world's going to flood. And no, you're laughing, but we're coming out of an ice age still. The polar caps are melting. The sea level's rising. We're still heating the earth. So what's going to happen, Liam? There's going to be a giant fucking flood. Mad OD. So many people are going to die. Like, I'm saying it jokingly because I'm not going to be here. So it's like, I don't really give a fuck. Because like, listen, bro, like the earth, the universe balances itself out. Like we're hella overpopulated right now.
Sure.
It's just going to be like, we're destroying her. We're destroying Gaia every single day. So she's like going to get tempered with us. She's going to say, I've had enough. I'm flooding you boys out. I'm getting rid of the squad. The Dolphins are going to reign supreme. The Dolphins are going to reign supreme. Eventually, life is going to fucking work out. Land is going to come up again. And whatever happens is going to happen. Like whatever the next step in evolution is going to take.
Yo, let's have some fun with this. You got a small boat. It's the last boat.
Okay.
And living equipment for like a year. At that point, you can return to the land, but until then, you're on that boat with these 5 people. From history. Who are they?
Any 5 people in history?
Yeah.
That's such a bad, like, on the spot question to ask me, because I have no idea. Any Genghis Khan for sure. Like, I need that guy with me.
Monster on that boat.
Yeah, bro.
Mike, he's gonna kill you and then fuck your throat.
No. I'm the captain of the boat. Like they're
not when Genghis Khan is there.
Yes, Genghis respects me for sure. Okay. I guarantee.
What's gonna happen? Because this is how fucking idiots like you work. Like,
wow.
The 2 of you are gonna be like, I'm the leader, and then one of you is gonna kill the other.
Well, then he's gonna die.
The leader.
It's gonna suck that Genghis is gonna have to die that early. But like Genghis coming. All right. Hypothetically speaking, they all recognize me as captain of the boat. This is my all-time squad.
Yeah, I can accept.
This is because I need killers, bro. Like, we're out here, like, we're gonna have to, like, I don't know. Wait, are we facing other humans at any point?
Maybe when we return to land, there's gonna be, tribes of.
Yeah, I need killers.
Yeah, you're gonna need to kill.
Genghis Khan is coming with me for sure. Kobe Bryant, rest his beautiful, beautiful soul.
You want Kobe?
I 100% want Kobe.
Interesting.
What are you saying interesting for?
Definitely not saying anything, Mike. Please move on.
Kobe Bryant is an easy pick, bro. That determination.
Great at basketball.
Yeah, and more than great at basketball.
Get me out of here, Mike. Keep talking.
Kobe Bryant.
I'm fucking around. I'm just being the contrarian here. I don't mean it. It was a tragedy. But
you better not talk about Kobe.
I don't.
Kobe won an Oscar, I think. He won some film award. He created a film and won an award for it. A lot of people do with Oscars. Kobe, literally, there's nobody in the world that works as hard as as hard as Kobe Bryant did.
Yo, I remember when I fucking got that, I was working, and I got that, like, notification on my phone. It was like,
surreal.
I was like, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
Why does this happen? And then like it comes out, there's like fucking next person on the boat, please.
Michelle Obama. She's the real leader of the show. You know what I mean? Okay. Like she's the ringleader. I'm just my ego needs to be fed, so I'm the captain. You know what I mean?
Behind every
Michelle runs it.
Man is a stronger woman.
Definitely, and she would be, in my opinion, I have a crush on Michelle Obama.
Is Obama on the boat?
No, absolutely not.
You get it?
That's what I'm saying. I'm dividing.
Of course.
Listen, I'll be there for her. Obama, he's not on the boat. But Michelle would definitely make the boat. So that's Kobe,
Obama
Michelle.
Died tragically, like sacrificing himself. Like he's the last guy. Like
he died to save his family.
Yeah, he's removing the boat from the pier. There's fucking giant wave come in, and he's like, I gotta. He jumps off. He knows.
Stop talking about Obama dying.
Next person, please.
Next person, please, is is, damn, bro, this is hard. I'm trying to think like historic now, like very historic. Like,
Sure.
so let me think. I got Genghis Khan, I got Kobe, I got Michelle. I mean, like, dude, John Lennon. Like, John Lennon has to be on the boat. Like,
Wow,
it kind of has to be. Did you say that's
John
stupid?
Lennon and Genghis Khan are hanging out. That is,
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like they're gonna learn from each other.
I just think Genghis Khan isn't a good call, Mike. I'm gonna
Genghis
be real.
Khan would teach me more than most people ever could.
I really think might kill every one of you. Like in your, he killed more people than anyone ever has.
I know. Genghis Khan is like the greatest like emperor. Like,
oh, he's the greatest conqueror.
Yeah.
Murderer.
Conqueror. But like,
bad person.
Mass you say he's a bad person. You say he's a bad person.
Well, history does, like facts.
But like, he was conquering. You know what I mean? Like,
you got me there. I don't have anything to say to that.
I'm not saying what he did was right, but he was the best at what he did. That's why Kobe Bryant's on the ship. That's why they're the best at what they do.
But you could have Ted Bundy on that boat, and he would be less of a bad person comparatively.
He'd also be less of a like a good, like when I get into these wars, I don't want Ted Bundy. I want Genghis Khan.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, okay. Last person, Mike, you got to round it off.
My last person. That's tough, dude. Like one spot to rule them all. And like Gandalf doesn't exist in this reality because Gandalf would definitely be my last person.
That would have been a sweet call.
Yeah, Gandalf would. Yeah. I wouldn't need anybody if I had Gandalf. You know what? I'm bringing on Will Ferrell just for like entertainment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a, like, I'd watch that movie. You know, I would watch that movie.
That would be a horrible movie, to be honest.
Yeah, man, it's not I don't know. It's conflicting. Maybe if all of you understand that you guys are all that you got, and there's
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's only us. Like, Genghis Khan isn't going to kill us. He needs us.
I can't believe Obama died for Genghis Khan to live. It's crazy.
Yeah, but Michelle Obama lived.
Of course.
He died for Michelle to live. Genghis wasn't with us yet. We found Genghis later.
Wow.
Which isn't true because Genghis was my first pick.
So, like, how'd that conversation go? Were you like, guys, I met someone out while I was on patrol of some islands. I don't know, an ice cap that hasn't melted or something. I don't know what the situation is in this world we're making, but you know, you meet Genghis Khan, maybe on another boat, and then you have to go back to Jon Lennon, Michelle Obama, and Kobe and be like, guys, the most notorious rapist, murderer, serial killer, warmongering psychopath the world has ever known. We need him for when things get tough. I'm not saying you can't convince them. Kobe, he's got that winning mentality. He might see where Genghis Khan was coming from, just from that angle, you know?
I think they all would, dude. I think they all would, because I think everybody I mentioned is a master of their craft. Like, nobody I met, like Will Ferrell is a master comedian. Jon Lennon is a master musician. Michelle Obama is a master educated. I honestly like.
Jon Lennon was a master at getting murdered.
Jon Lennon got murdered for sure, but like, what is Michelle Obama's like working title? Because she was like, you know, first lady.
I don't know, Mike.
I'm asking you.
The guy who wanted to have her on the boat.
Well, she's wildly intelligent.
Yeah. I mean, what was she, you know, she was the first lady, so she didn't necessarily need to have.
Yeah, but she wasn't like a regular first lady. She was the most overqualified, like she happened to be the first lady.
Yeah, let's look into it because I feel disrespectful not knowing this off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure she has like 2 Ivy League degrees, and we need that education on our boat. Her leadership skills.
Princeton University. Yeah, you nailed it. Princeton University. She's 5'11". Nice. Princeton University, Bachelor of Arts, and then Harvard University, Juris Doctor. What is a Juris Doctor?
I don't know. But
law.
She will be the voice of reason because there's going to be a lot of a lot of egos going at it, and we're going to need that voice of reason.
She could bring that ragtag
Yeah.
group together.
Exactly.
What if?
And then Kobe's the go. I don't care what anyone says. Kobe is the GOAT in terms of like pure determination and will. I didn't get to see Jordan play, so I can't comment. But like nobody in my lifetime has been Kobe Bryant.
So what if Ghengasis Khan's like, I was searching for supplies in this museum, and I found this really cool symmetrical flag that I think we should hang at the front of the ship. He doesn't know the history.
He doesn't know the history. I think we would just explain to him like, hey, Ghengas, we're not going to hang that flag. It's a bad flag, Ghengas. Bad, Ghengas. We don't like that flag, Ghengas.
And do you think maybe, wouldn't that be nice? That'd be nice.
Ghengas probably wouldn't care. He'd be like, but once we told him they were losers, he'd be like, that's a disgusting flag. Yeah. Get that loser flag out of my fucking face. Ghengas Khan would not endorse the Confederate flag.
I wonder if Jon Lennon gets irritable when the weed runs out.
Oh, bro, the weed wouldn't run out.
There's no weed on the boat, Mike.
No, there's only weed. The boat is made of marijuana.
Okay.
First off, also, we got to become allies with the Dolphins. That's a no-brainer.
Unless they take this as an opportunity to strike.
They're going to.
Dolphin Wars is probably what's the next. I mean, it's what happens when, there's two superpowers, right? The two biggest dicks on the block, right?
Dude, are dolphins even the biggest dick in the ocean?
They're smart. They're like very, very.
I think
very
whales
smart.
are just as smart as dolphins.
I don't know about that.
I know whales are incredibly intelligent.
They're very big, and you don't usually
incredibly
get
intelligent.
that big, and then also have good opinions on stuff.
Dude, have you ever seen whales hunt?
Can't say that I have. No.
Oh yeah, see, you're sleeping. You would be so fucking dead when the world floods, bro. You're out here. I'm personally, you know what? I take back everything I said. I'm not teaming up with any human beings. I'm teaming up with the dolphins and the whales. I'm surrendering. I'm gonna bring them some dope, get them doped up real good. They're gonna depend on me for the dope.
This is your best move.
They're gonna depend on me for the dope. They're gonna recognize me as a god because that thing I give them brings them euphoria like nothing else. I'm gonna get the narwhals. I'm gonna get the whales. I'm gonna get the dolphins. Narwhals are indeed real.
I just like seeing if people some people will be like, what? And they don't know. But
you do know narwhals are real, right? Because I'll die defending the narwhal nation.
Next question, please.
Anyways, I'm gonna dope them up, create an army, and we're just gonna fucking heavy mob, bro. Heavy mob.
Again, I'd watch this movie. I'd watch that one too.
And the unfortunate thing is, I got kicked off the boat, and that's why I did this. And I'm coming for revenge.
Did Ghengas be like, I'm leader now?
They didn't like the fact that I just assumed I was. None of them liked that I just assumed I was the leader. They were like, "Who the fuck is this kid? Like, we are all so established. We've done so much great, and this 24-year-old stoner is gonna lead us? Like, no, absolutely not." So they kicked me off.
I'm from Colorado.
Yeah, I was like, "Listen, guys, let's keep the vibes right." And then they kicked me off.
Wow, that's do you keep doing the podcast?
Yeah, I'm gonna podcast the whole thing.
Like a pirate radio type thing?
Yeah.
Word.
I'm gonna get drunk on so much rum.
Nice. Man, I have no idea if this episode had as good as the other ones.
No, this episode, it definitely started weird.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you're gonna have to edit a lot of this episode.
I don't do that.
How long have we been filming for?
I think just over an hour. And probably going to need to cut half of that. So
yeah, there's going to have to be points that are going to be cut just because we're talking for a while.
Yeah. Do you want to just try and talk about something fun? So we made up a clip or something?
I think I just talked about something pretty fucking fun, Liam. But yeah, I just talked about fucking doping up dolphins, and you're like, hey, you mind, maybe being creative today? Like, you mind maybe coming up with a new idea, Mike? Yeah, let me come up with a new idea on the spot for you, Liam. Let me talk about something fun for Liam, because God, he's just so hard to fucking please. Dude, the Rocky Mountains, honestly, I've cried 4 times just staring at them.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
overwhelming beauty I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Like, dude, it was like 90. First off, 90 degrees here and 90 degrees in the Northeast. 2 different games. So nice here. I could wear pants in 90 degrees here. But like, I'm driving, it's 90 degrees, and there's snow on top of these mountains. Gosh dang, Liam, I have never been so just astonished in my life. And I'm still far away from them. You know, Denver, I live in Denver. Denver's like 2 hours from the Rockies.
Yeah. Do you
I can see them clearly.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's elevation does a fucking crazy thing to that weather and whatnot. How are you looking forward to the winters out there? Do you have any like real idea? Like,
I'm definitely gonna go to the mountains. Like, I'm gonna go snowboarding and whatnot. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna meet some mountain bunnies. Like, I'm gonna hit the slopes. Like, Boulder's only like half an hour from here, which is a cool little mountain town. I definitely am excited to check out Boulder. Really, it was. I'm not gonna front on you, Liam. My best friend is coming as well. He's moving in like less than a week. He gets here like the 2nd of July. You're supposed to come out here soon well.
I am. Hopefully, I was waiting on a call back from a job. Like,
you're coming.
So
you're coming.
Yeah, that is the hope. That is the hope.
I sent you the open mics list.
Yes, you did.
You see how many there are?
Yeah, man. Colorado has a much better stand-up scene than Western.
Dude, Dave Chappelle just comes out here and does stand-up randomly because there's really good weed.
Yes, yep, that's key. That is key, and it is. Yeah, it would be a very good strategic maneuver in that regard. Especially because right now there's just like I can't speak for the scene over there, but there's a very weird division in the stand-up scene out here now with people like, it's not okay to do stand-up yet. It's okay to do I'm doing stand-up, you know, and it's like, I actually, I have not been on a stage since March 12th, which drives me crazy. Yeah. I just need to get back up there and like eat shit probably, but I still need to just eat shit. I miss eating shit. You know, I miss everything about it. Yeah, man, it sucks. But like, I haven't gone out yet. Couple reasons for that, and I am all for people out there, doing it. They're doing it safely and stuff. I wish I could be there, especially when I see some of the comics that I know fucking suck getting on stage before me. It drives me up a wall, Mike. I'll be honest, drives me crazy. So yes, I would love to move to Colorado and go to the open mics there. All guilt free.
Speaking on safely, like going out safely. Yeah. My friend and I, she went to Nichols. Do you know Jensen? I don't know if I should we bleep out her name on here?
It doesn't matter. I think I met her one time. Yes, I did meet her one time.
We went out in Denver the other night, like one of my first nights here. Mm-hmm. First off, I'm still like nursing a hangover. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy. I'm so old now. I can't drink like I used to. Like, I just get so hungover. It's horrible. Yeah. But we went to the bars, dude, and it was super weird because you go in and you're only allowed to like socialize with the person you came with. Like, you're not allowed to mingle. So you're just like, it's like,
dude, just drink at home.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we did. We were there for a little bit. We went to like 2 different bars. More like, I was just cool for me to like walk around downtown Denver, get to know the scene a little more. So we were just like, after a little bit, we were like, you know what? Let's just go back, get hammered there. Like, there's no point in spending money at these bars when we can't even talk to other people.
Yeah.
It was a really funny scene. There was actually a really, really like, this was probably one of the like situationally funny things I've ever been a part of. We were in a club, and there's probably maybe 20 people in there. The one across the street was overpacked. Like, you couldn't even get in anymore. So like, this was the overflow. There's like 20 people in this club, and there's a song like blaring. It's like blaring EDM music, and 20 people super spread out. And all of a sudden it just says, put your fucking hands up. And you see like 8 hands rise and like bang super hard. And it was just super funny to watch like the new age of socialization. Like, I knew who was about it in that bar when we were told to put our hands up, and who put their hands up. I was like, these people came here to get fucked up.
Yeah. Man, I just long for the days of normalcy as much people do. No more COVID days.
I don't know if I don't know when that will come.
I personally think, here's what I really think. You know, I think we're gonna just have to make a decision that, you know, we either have a very, very, very strict lockdown again for like 8 weeks or something and do our best to sort it out and no one fucking leaves, which will never happen in this country. But you could do something like that, or if you aren't comfortable with potentially getting, if you're not confident that, you know, you're an at-risk group, okay? Like it, you know, makes more sense probably for people like that to remain in quarantine, you know, stay safe, take care of yourself, you know, but tying down everything is bad for everyone, you know? And I think eventually we're going to cross, if we haven't, I know a lot of people already have, you know, that, you know, if you're going to need to be, if you want to live a life like that, you know, where you're going out, going to bars and stuff, you just got to be okay with the understanding that you can get sick. And those people will go out and with that understanding, you know? And I think that's probably where we're at. And it's wild how many fucking cases there are and how little people seem to care. We're almost at like 150,000 dead. And it's like, maybe 150,000 dead, who knows? You know,
it's super fucking crazy because I just left New York, which was getting fucking swamped, finally dying down. I moved to Colorado, and the fucking, of course, it's spreading. Like Utah's like getting destroyed right now. Fair. Yeah, but it's coming from the west. It's like coming from the west over to Colorado.
Okay.
I never got it. Listen, bro. Listen.
It's closer to the west. I mean,
listen. Yeah, but it's coming from the like Utah has it super hardcore right now, and we're right next to Utah.
Of course they do. They all live together.
But yeah, but you say that, but there's a certain other culture that lives together that isn't getting it at all, and it's suspect. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that on air. No, I'm not going to talk about that on air. That's some shit that we can't get into because we'll get shadow banned, and we're not doing that.
Well, I cannot wait for the conversation after this.
Yeah, that's something we'll talk about later.
Sure,
we'll talk about that off air because that will shadow ban us, and I don't need that life. Wow. I don't need them knowing I know.
Damn, you heard that, everybody? Anyway, are you drinking a White Claw?
I am indeed.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's fucking, dude. White Claw's really changed the game. Like, beer sucks. Like, I don't care if it makes me less of a man. I like a nice like craft beer, like a nice like heavy beer IPA. It's like Bud Light. Dude, if you drink Bud Light, you're a liar. You're lying to yourself. I don't believe anyone can like that. I don't think anyone can like Bush. I don't think anyone can like, it tastes fucking horrible. Why would you not want to like a tasty lemon seltzer? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
I've been saying it for years.
Dude, I'll never forget. I wasn't even drinking a seltzer. I was drinking a White Russian. I was drinking a White Russian in a bar once. It's like 35-year-old man's talking to me next to me. Don't want him to be talking to me. He's talking about how much greater Michael Jordan is than LeBron James. I don't care. What's up?
You told the story already.
No, I definitely haven't told the story.
He says, shit's different, man. You know, back in my day, they would have kicked my ass for drinking a drink like that. Right?
Did I tell this story on Good Vibes Live? There's no way. I don't believe that, but like, I believe you.
It like 30 times.
You've probably listened to it. You've probably heard me. I don't even know if I've told you the story. Maybe you're just assuming because that's exactly what happened. Like he was just like.
It was like episode 3 of this podcast.
No, bro. I did not tell this live.
Keep telling the story.
No, I'm not going to tell the story anymore because if I did tell it. So if you really want to know the story, hit me up. Dude, I told you I deactivated my Twitter.
Let's talk about your Twitter, Mike.
I deactivated it.
Let's maybe we can go out on this topic. It's pretty funny. Let's talk about your Twitter. Where so Mike, when did you start this Twitter account?
This Twitter was started at I don't even fucking was that a year? Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, probably
like 2 years ago.
Point, maybe.
I was listen, not to fucking flex, but I'm hilarious on social media.
That's great.
So I fucking everyone knows who Gun Girl. Well, maybe not everyone knows, but if you don't know who Gun Girl is, she's like a super hardcore conservative, like pro-gun girl from Kent State, and she would like walk around with AR-15s and whatnot.
You went to Kent State?
I believe Kent. I'm like 90 because I have I have a ton of, I know she definitely went to Kent because that is interesting. But I had a ton of followers from Kent State because of this, which was funny because I don't fucking know anyone from Kent State. But I made a Twitter account about her pooping herself at a party. I I just thought it would be funny to talk about her pooping herself. Made it into like a whole account like of her like pooping, like wearing a diaper and everything. Like photo editing.
Really committed to it.
Yeah, it got like 9,000 followers really, really fast. And then I plugged my SoundCloud. That blew up. Not to brag, that blew up. And then I went ghost for like a month because I was like, well, I don't really want to be a Caitlyn Bennett like satire page. Like that's her name, but
that's
Gun Girl. Blur her name, by the way. I don't want to give her any publicity. Caitlyn Bennett. Fuck her. But anyways, that was the thing too, is like, I don't even want to give this girl any, like I did it as a joke in the moment. And then I realized like all I'm doing is feeding the fire. Like she's one of those people who thrive on the hate. You know what I mean? Like her followers like see me as a lib cuck, which I'm not even fucking liberal or conservative. I think both sides are stupid. Yeah. Anyways. So I decided to change it to a music page for a little bit. And I started just randomly following mad musicians and like only tweeting, plugging people's music. And I lost so many followers. They were like, this isn't what we signed up for. Like, this is so stupid. Like, we're not following you. And so then I was like, eventually, because I still had my regular Twitter and I was using, there came a point where I was pretty much just using the big Twitter to retweet my own tweets. I was like, yo, like, why would I not just convert this into my own? So I then converted it into my own Twitter and lost so many followers again. Cause at this point I had been gaining followers for music. Like it was like a independent music thing. And then they were like, wait a minute, we are musicians who wanted our music plugged. Now we're just following some kid who has dumbass opinions. And so I made it into that. And then I just started putting like wild fucking, like I would get high and like sit there and just like look at Twitter and like freak out. I was like, oh my God, like this stupid app, like, is it me or is it the app? Like, what do I even want? Because like when you tweet something, you get the immediate feedback of likes and whether you get likes or not. And when you have like multiple thousand followers,
no idea what that's like.
When you have multiple thousand followers, it fucks with your head. Oh, it fucked with my head. I don't know if it fucks with everybody's head. But I was like tweeting things, and if they didn't get love that I thought they deserved, I would get stressed. I was like, what the? I was like, I was getting mad. I was like, these people are so stupid. Like these people are idiots. Like I'm tweeting gold here. And it was like fucking with me. So I like got super high one day. And like when I would tweet like stuff I didn't think was deserving, like it would get, it would get blow up. And I realized it was just like sheep mind on Twitter. That's a whole different thing. I developed the wrong following anyway. I went about it all wrong. And like I got super high and just started freaking out and just deactivated the entire Twitter and lost all of it. Just deleted the existence of it.
It's a fucking Odyssey, man. Like
it is weird. Like, bro, it needed to die. It never was supposed to be. It should have died at its birth. Like I shouldn't have changed it from anything other than what it was. Or I should have immediately transitioned into my own instead of doing the stop between in the music thing.
Yeah, you were never able to hold on to an audience because you never remained, one.
That's like kind of who I am though. Like I'm hella. Sure. Indecisive. Like I'm always going through phases, and it was.
But the point is, the initial people wanted Poop Girl, and when you weren't giving them Poop Girl, they're like, it's just not what I signed up for. It
exactly.
Might be cool, not what I signed up for.
It wasn't. There's no beef. There's no beef there. I honestly made some friends. Like I have some people from all over the country now that I talk to because of that Twitter, which is really cool. Like
it is cool.
That's some shit that like is absolutely slept on with our generation, bro. Like. I have friends that I would have never had it not been for making fun of a girl, like for pooping herself, deservingly. Like I wouldn't make fun of a random person on the internet. Like this girl deserved to be made fun of.
Sure.
She was mean. She's a mean-spirited person.
Listen, it was an entertaining thing to watch as your friend, the whole thing, all of it. And whenever you would like or retweet my stuff, which you never did enough, it would always be like my best shit for a while. And like, I enjoyed that, but I could clearly see that no one's ready to handle Poop Girl. Like the no one can steer that ship. Like, it just hasn't been, you know. And I think deactivating it, you know, was a move. You know,
it was a move.
It was a move. You did it.
Listen, man, I had a killer run. I'm probably gonna get back on Twitter eventually, but I think I'm gonna do it anonymously next time.
Sure.
I don't want to attach my name. Like, I see these like big accounts that are like no name attached. You know what I mean? Like people that just have accounts, like fake pictures, everything, and like they have it right. There's so much less like. I don't need anyone knowing who I am. You know what I mean? I don't need them unless I want them to. I don't need them knowing who I am.
You know, we're doing a podcast with video, right?
That's different. This is different. I want my name on this. But there's certain things like it's more artistic freedom to be tweeting from an alias. I could just say whatever. Not that Twitter's an art, but like anything. If you have an alias, like if you're writing under an alias, you're going to feel freer than you would attaching it to your own name because you know the judgment's going to come back to you rather than just an idea.
I guess I have balls and like.
Sure. Maybe you have
tweet
bigger balls than I
terrible
do.
Thing.
You could tweet, yeah, exactly. See, like I'm more affected by the opinions of others. Like when they don't like what I say, it hurts my feelings.
Yeah, but it's also like I don't know what it's like to have 9,000 followers.
It wasn't anything. It was just like all the stress was interior. None of it was exterior. Like it was all created in my head.
Yeah. It I don't think human beings are equipped for that.
For sure not, dude. For sure not. I actually I want to do a piece on that like one day if I ever can, where like you know I want to interview influencers and be like, yo, at what point did you stop becoming yourself? Like, did you become a brand? Did you let your brand affect your growth? Like, this is just an easy one because a lot of these people exist on Twitter specifically is like the I hate men, female or women,
sure,
like who have that brand. It's a brand, like is what it is. Like, oh, like all men suck. So you're going on horrible dates, but like you're using it for content. And at what point are you like so alienated from reality that you're like stuck in this Twitter sphere where you're just looking to drive out anybody you meet for content? You know what I mean?
Well, you see it in all different avenues with art, creative types, people that lose themselves in trying to be what they, people get pigeonholed. Yeah. They try and do what they want. People might like that, but so often, eventually you get identified for something and then you find that audience and then audiences only want you for a certain thing. So it's hard for you to experiment.
But it's crazy, especially what's crazy with that is like these individual, like with influencing, it's like you're really yourself. Like you're just a regular fucking 20-year-old tweeting and then you become a brand. That's the thing that's weird is like they're aware of their own brand. You know what I mean? Like they are a brand, like the person themselves is the brand. So they have to stick to the brand's ideals. So like I want to know how that affects you. Is it just for Twitter or has it infiltrated your regular life?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just different I just look at it like I'm Liam Maher as a comedian, right?
Yeah.
And like that's
different than an influencer. Like you're doing it on stage, like you're doing it like in a more real way than the internet. Yeah,
I guess so. I guess that's why I think of it differently, I guess.
For sure.
Like, when like it's I've gotten some tweets that got a ton of likes, but it doesn't feel half as good as like making people smile.
Oh, I could imagine.
In real life and like seeing them laugh and shit, and you're like, yeah, that's me. I did that. Like I fucking got them. That's better. Definitely feels better.
I think what it is with social media is that a lot of like these influencers, a lot of these bigger names have like have a lot of like social anxieties too. So it's easier for them to be, but I'm, you know, I don't want to classify them all and say they all have social anxiety, but it's definitely like a common thing, especially on Twitter, is like depression and anxiety. Like it almost seems like people want to have depression and anxiety to fit in.
Big.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of people, you know, self-identify with that. And so like, you're now perpetuating this own, and you're talking about your depression and anxiety all the time. And like, that has to affect your mental on the daily, bro. If you're focusing on this thing that you view as a negative about yourself, and you're tweeting about it all the time about how depressed and anxious you are, like I feel like it would only make it worse.
It's a very dangerous thing when a negative element of your life can like reward you.
It's like drug addicts in music, like musicians who make amazing music on drugs and then like make music sober, and people don't receive it the same way. It's like, oh, I need the drugs to make good music.
Yeah, I go, you know, you suck sober. I know comics that have been told that and shit.
Mm-hmm. Any artist.
Yeah, man, dude, if anyone ever, that would fuck me up, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, dude. That would for sure fuck somebody up, especially if you battle with addiction and like you're just like, damn, like but the thing is, like, here's the thing. If you're funny drunk or if you're funny high, you're funny sober. Like that, you have that in you. That exists. It's just a matter of finding it. Like you gotta love, like, dude, self-help podcast. You have to love yourself more than the drugs and alcohol or like whatever the addiction is. And like when you love yourself that much, like you're gonna be funny because you're just funny. You're just a funny person.
Bring out something though, you know, it helps creative types push boundaries in their own head and come to terms with stuff. My argument is that that's always in you.
I think drugs bring it out. Yeah, there's healthier ways to get it out for sure, like meditation.
Yeah, or just take time and, you know, figure out other outlets and other ways to do it. Mike, we're going real long. Yeah, we have. The vibes have been off the whole time.
I think it's been pretty good vibes.
You think so?
I don't think it's been as funny, but like it's not a funny time.
Sure. We're just gonna pretend like in the next episode that there's nothing going on, maybe.
We'll figure it. We'll play it by ear for the next episode.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's how we do it.
Exactly.
Something's not going on. But, yeah.
I think. No, I'll tell you after. Oh, but let's do our songs.
Songs of the week, of course, or you know, the song of the month.
Yeah, right. Should we do 4 songs? Should we do 4 songs?
I'll do 2.
2, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just feel like we did 8 songs at once. That's a lot.
All right, so you give your first song and I'll give my first song, and then you give your second song and I'll give my second song.
All right. Yeah. Give me just one moment.
All right. I could give my first song if you want that.
Hit it.
All right. It's "Welcome Back" by Mace. I think it's perfect. Do you know that song, Liam?
I don't think I do.
Oh, you're gonna. It's perfect for us returning. It's called "Welcome Back."
Return song.
It is the perfect return song. If we could have it as the intro to this episode, which we can't for legal purposes, but if we could, we would. I'm gonna send the song to you right now.
Sure.
Can I play it? Like,
no.
We would get in trouble for that?
No, do not play it.
Who's gonna fucking stop us, dude? We're not profiting anyway. How can we get in trouble?
It's like an algorithm thing. Like, you know, it's not like you play a fucking G-Eazy song. He's not there checking out like this piece of shit.
No, I don't think it's them. But like, I guess it would be YouTube.
Yeah. Content ID strikes and stuff, which are very serious. You get like 3 of them, and then you're off the platform.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a really serious thing.
I mean, it makes sense. We shouldn't be able to use other people's music without their permission.
Unless it's parody or reaction videos, which is fucking crazy.
Oh, that's interesting. What if I react to...
I don't know all the laws. I'll figure them out. But yeah, I mean, there's reasons why people do like reaction videos and like you can. Like, I think it's considered something content. I don't know.
All right. What's your fucking song though, Liam?
Okay. This song is called... The Diamond Church, hold on. The Diamond Church Street Choir by the Gaslight Anthem.
Okay. All right.
Should listen to it sometime.
You want to know what my next song is?
Sure.
Australia Street by Sticky Fingers.
Oh, Sticky Fingers.
That's a vibe.
Fucking call.
Dude, they just dropped a new single too, called Cyclone for, you know, if you don't want to listen to our playlist, but you want to listen to Sticky Fingers. They just dropped no free plugs. I take it back. I don't know if they dropped anything.
I don't know if they dropped anything. Oh man, fuck. The Times They Are Changing by Bob Dylan.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
I just feel like it's a good song. And
I agree.
Hopefully pertinent to things going on.
All right.
That was it, I guess. This was episode
3, 2. Yeah, this was episode 5-ish. 5-ish. 5, 6, 5, 7. I mean, we were. Hey, listen, we recorded one, but we didn't put it out.
Yeah, it was too. The world
was too emotional. It was too. Yeah, the world was burning. The world was burning.
Wasn't the time. Yeah, wasn't the time. It's gone. The file's gone. We can cry about something sometime. I'm sure if you guys want to see that.
If y'all want to see, listen. If this is sincere,
Patreon. We'll do a Patreon tier when we have enough people, where all it is just cry videos. We just get really, really raw. And talk about the most raw.
If you guys want to see me cry, I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll do it on camera for 2 likes, 2 fucking retweets.
I'll do it. He's off Twitter. He's fucking.
I'm fiending for this shit, man. Just fucking tell me you like me, man.
Tell me you like me. That's funny. Oh man. Well, episode 5, Al Gore. What was it? Al Gore.
Al Gore created global warming.
Al Gore created global warming. That's gonna be great for the algorithm. So, all right, Mike, we're gonna chill out here, close up the video. Thanks to anyone that listened or watched this whole way through. You're special and you matter.
Peace. Stop it. End it.